Active FM. Radio has never been better.
What is up?
Hey, yo!
This is the movie show.
On your favorite, you know what it is, ORSPS.
Your favorite, you know what it
Yes.
is.
I just feel like it's like, yeah.
Like we got it. I'm Sash.
My name's Ryan.
And today we are reviewing
A guy gone mad. Out for revenge.
The Wrath.
Stone cold killer. His son died. They took his son.
No, it's not taken. But that was a girl, eh? That was his daughter, never mind.
Good one. Yeah, I feel like, can I just say before we answer, I feel like this guy is the British version of Bruce Willis.
Yeah, no, it's
Wouldn't
true.
you say?
They even look alike, sort of.
Exactly.
Like, I'm pretty sure I've gotten confused from time to time.
Just maybe Bruce Willis is a bit more emotional. He's just got that,
and he's got an American accent.
I have a bad headache day, you know? This guy's just like...
bad headache day.
This guy's laying on the floor. He's been shot. He's been like a couple gunshots been and he's laying there and he's going...
Okay, we need to tell them first what movie we're talking about before
Can you guess the film?
Before we
Can you guess the film? Comment below. What film is it? We'll give
I actually was watching I was sent a reel on Instagram, and it was these two guys. They do a movie podcast, but it was quite cool. They had a game where they had to guess the title of the movie, by giving the opposite of the title.
Oh, wow.
So like they would say like whatever.
No time to die. Plenty time to live.
No,
plenty living.
No, like you can't use time. So
Yeah,
like you have to
that's what I'm
use
thinking.
the opposite of time. Yeah, but it's quite funny.
Life is long. Right?
Yeah, something like that. Life is long.
All right.
Yeah.
Right, let's go. It's
No, I don't. I don't have them. I'll find them and then we'll do one. It's called Peace.
The guy that forgives.
Piece of Woman. Not a piece, as in like peace.
It is.
We are reviewing Wrath of Man.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of a better opposite of Wrath. Not Quentin. The British Quentin. No, I'm joking. Guy Ritchie. 2021 action thriller. 1 hour and 58 minutes. I realized something.
I like the length.
Yes.
I enjoyed
Quentin
the length.
Tarantino's movies, I cannot believe I'm about to say this, are unnecessarily long. Guy Ritchie does not have that problem.
You see, filmmakers, let this be a lesson in life. You cannot give an opinion about something unless you have contrasted it.
You know, my grandfather was a Methodist minister. He was a reverend. And we were in training for how to preach. And he gave this piece of advice.
Yep.
And it's brilliant.
And
it actually comes in every sphere of life. If you apply this, you'll have made it. He said, a good sermon is like a mini skirt. It's short enough to capture your attention, but long enough to cover the essentials.
And with that said, so that was the movie show on Active FM. Guys, check you out next week. Please subscribe.
All right, there we go. So Guy Ritchie knows that a good film is like a mini skirt. Short enough to keep your attention, but long enough to cover the essentials.
Yeah,
there we go.
Good.
Quentin does not. Quentin's into maxi dresses, into trains that have bridesmaids. Anyway, back to Wrath of Man.
Polka dots.
So Wrath of Man, Guy Ritchie. Jason Statham is an actor in it, and it was their 4th time collaborating.
Yep.
So the first time was obviously Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Second time was Snatch. Third time was a film called Revolver, which I actually want to go and watch. I haven't seen that.
Yeah. What year? 2005?
2000. No, I'm lying. I don't know. They
2005.
didn't. 2005. Yes, sorry.
2005.
Yes. So the last time they collaborated prior to Wrath of Man was 16 years previously on Revolver, which is intense.
Why does it seem that way?
But then they haven't only worked together 4 times. They've actually worked now together 5 times, because Guy Ritchie's film Operation Fortune, which has literally just come out,
just been released,
he obviously worked, and it was quite interesting because I was watching an interview with Guy Ritchie, and the interviewer was it was with Jason, and she was asking him if you could do any genre with Guy, what would it be? And he was actually like, well, I've done quite a few genres with him, and I've now gone on to do, because they were already filming. In fact, they just wrapped filming Operation Fortune when Wrath of Man was being released. And so he was saying, and I think it's kind of got like a spy vibe to it. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't watched the trailer. Don't want to watch the trailer. I want to watch the movie and yes.
And then watch the trailer afterwards.
I actually don't watch trailers. Okay, now I'm lying. I sometimes watch trailers.
Afterwards, it's worth it.
I should actually start.
Did you watch the trailer for
No.
this? It's actually very good.
Is it good?
I love the way it was put together.
Let's actually go and watch it.
Try and do counting. You'll see how things fall on like certain. It was very, like the gunshots, the rhythm.
That is one thing Guy Ritchie is brilliant at, is the way he brings the music in. Even in this one, like he did this long panning. Well, it wasn't a panning shot. It was like this aerial shot where he went up.
Yeah.
And then like it was one still shot, and then like it's going up, going up. And then when there's this impact on the movie or like on the music, like the music then does something, then the camera like did this pan, and I was like, how did they do that?
Yeah.
Like, was that coincidental?
Timing.
Was like someone playing a violin there while the camera was like, but no, I don't think that happened. But
Just
he
film a lot
is very good
before
with that.
and film a lot after.
Yeah.
And then you can try and shift
He's
it in.
stylish.
Yeah.
Guy Ritchie is one of the most stylish directors ever.
I like the way Jason Statham was wearing this nice this is it
polo
a
neck.
jersey? Is it like a jersey?
Turtleneck.
No, it wasn't up like that. It was just
Which scene?
like right in the beginning when he's applying for the job.
Okay, I didn't really take note of his outfit.
Yeah, like everyone's just like, yeah, and then there he walks in with this nice jersey. Yeah, jersey.
That's it. That's right. Taking note of the
And I took note of the music this
the
time.
music was brilliant.
And I was listening on my Sony headphones, so it was beautiful.
You know, okay, so I found this quite interesting, right? So, do you know whose son was in this film? I'm sure you know whose son was in this film.
Yes, I do.
Clint Eastwood. His son, I think his name's Scott.
Yes.
Scott Eastwood was in this film. It's the second time that he's actually acted with Jason. They'd acted in Fast and Furious, I think 7, if I'm not mistaken, or one of them. But, no, sorry. Okay, I don't know which one it is. It's The Fate of the Furious. I don't know which one that is. They've, in my opinion, gone on for too long. But anyway, yeah. So, they were saying that this film is kind of like the modern day Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And it's almost like a guy was trying to remake or pay homage to the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in this film. So obviously, number one, Clint Eastwood's son is in it. Number two, he got the eye shot of Scott Eastwood when he's staring at... I think it's just after he shot at Jason. They got that intense close-up, which they did in Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Oh, that's right.
The reoccurring music theme, which there was. Obviously, good. It's not the same as in Good, the Bad, and the Ugly had the... This one had this like... Oh, it was beautiful though. It was... It would like vibrate within you, especially if you had a good sound system. So that there was that. Plus there was heavy gun, like, you know, like the war scenes in Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. There was obviously when they were in the Fortico, what's it called? The depot.
Yeah.
There was that heavy like firing, stuff like that. And then also even they said like he got shots where you see the trucks driving on like highways and stuff. And it almost resembled like, you know, in the Westerns, you'd have like these far off shots and you'd see the cowboys on like the wagons and so they like showed how it actually resembles. And like if you had to make a modern day cowboy movie, that Wrath of Man would be it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, which I thought was actually pretty cool.
Wow.
I don't know if that was Guy's intention, but someone thought that was Guy's intention.
So the guys that are like the Fortico, they're like cowboys. And Jason
Statham. Although technically what they did was they what's the word? They
He's trying to like find the guy.
So Clint Eastwood's character Blondie, right?
He's the bad.
No, he was seeking revenge on shady characters that had stolen. Because that's actually what was happening in the Good, Bad, and Ugly.
Yeah.
So Jason Statham also like he wasn't interested in the money in this film. That it was revenge for him.
I don't want your money.
Yes. So that
I want your kidney.
Yeah, that was so cool though. Can we be honest? That was the nicest. What do they call? I can't remember. Like English is gone today.
Sequence.
No, where they call back, where they set something up and then they
Deliver.
Payoff. Deliver, payoff, whatever.
Deliver.
Yeah. That was the nicest. You're like, yeah. And then at the end, you're like, wait, why am I?
I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, dude, like you're going to find the guy. You're going to kill him. Hopefully you'll make him die very slowly because that's probably what's going to really pay off. But at the end of the day, you're not going to have your son back. It's quite a bad tragedy. Like what happens to him now? Now he just carries on. He's going to carry on with his business, with his boys, you know.
Probably.
He's got lots of money.
It's one of those revenge films where you're just like, okay, he got revenge.
Find the guy, and then the other guys are also pretty bad. You know, they're actually quite scary. And also, I like the way the way that the like it was unpredictable in a way because if you watch the film as it goes along, you're like, oh, okay, so what now?
Especially towards the end.
That's what I'm saying.
You're like what
no!
Now?
And then the way it did, I was like, oh,
like,
note to self. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, note to self.
But also, the story in itself was very simple. It wasn't a complicated story by any means.
It was more very rich in like sound effects, camera stuff.
Yeah.
The character was very rich, but the story itself.
The story was very simple. However, and this is, I think, why I love Guy Ritchie's films, is the way he gives the story. It's like the way he feeds it to the audience is, in a way, it's interesting. It's something you've almost like never seen before. It is. It's brilliant.
That's the option that you have as a director, is to feed little bits. There was a book I was reading on cinematography, and the best sort of example that they could give is if you got three blind men and they are feeling an elephant, but they don't know what it is. And you have control over their hand, and you say, and you just give them like feel the leg. What is it? It's a turtle. Okay, now feel this, and you feel the ear, and you're like, no, wait, what is it? And then you get them guessing, and then right at the end, as you give them little bits of pieces, then in the end, you're like, they're like, oh, it's an elephant. You're like, yeah, that's right. So you give them the bits of pieces, you get them, you draw your audience in, you get them guessing, and the people are captivated because they want to know, wait, what the heck is this? They can't let it go. I mean, I started watching late. Okay, I've got a bedtime, and I can't pass that bedtime because otherwise I'm stuffed the next day. Yeah, I was stuffed the next day. And I thought to myself, okay, it's an hour and 50 minutes. I'm like, okay, no, 56, I think. And I'm like, okay, no, it's fine. I'll watch until my bedtime. And
you couldn't stop it. Yeah, that barely happens, but it does happen from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know, there was the one. So in the story, you know, he joins the Fortico team.
Yeah.
And then there's Bullet, and then there's the other guy. I can't remember his name now. He was the guy that was supposed to be driving the day the first accident happened. But then he was off sick, and
I didn't get his name.
Yeah. But that guy, right?
Yeah.
Then now they really, spoiler alert, pointed in the story that he was the inside man. Because there was an inside.
They did, eh?
Yeah. Now, do you know that his character wasn't originally in the script? It was not in the script, right? So what happened was I think he approached Guy and said to Guy, can I be in your movie? And Guy said, yeah, sure. The script was done, everything. While they were filming, Guy wrote his storyline in while filming.
So that means that the driver was just supposed to be like somebody.
Like that, yeah, his character was never supposed to be in.
Okay, at least you guys know, if you ever bump into Guy, just ask him, can I be in your next film? Because this is the second time that we've heard about this.
Really is.
And I mean, was he like a big actor?
I think he is, yeah. The cast in this is pretty impressive. Yeah, there was, so like, obviously, I think Guy now attracts, he attracts very big names, but yeah. But I was like, what? Because that's intense to write a character
in just like that.
Yeah. But it also shows you how well he knows the story, that he's able to do that.
That is skill.
Yeah. And then he's always been a big fan, Guy Ritchie, of Clint Eastwood. So he was quite thrilled to actually get to work with his son, Scott, in this film.
Yeah, that must have been something. I didn't know it was him until I did research.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I know what he looks like. I've seen him in previous films before. Yeah. I think that's why I knew. He looks like his dad, eh? Like if you look at his dad when he was young and you look at Scott, you're like,
The shape of his face.
Yeah,
And
they
especially
look-
because he also had a bit of a like a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this film was actually affected by COVID. So it suffered multiple setbacks, and it also was supposed to be obviously released into cinemas, but instead it went straight to Amazon Prime. So I also think that's why they were only doing all of like the interviews and the marketing and distribution, all of that, when they had wrapped on filming of Operation Fortune, because it got set back so much. Yeah.
I didn't know that this film was actually loosely
Yes.
based on a 2004 French film, Cash Truck.
It was the third, I don't know now, because obviously this information is from 2021, but it's the third time Guy Ritchie has remade something.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
He did, what was it called? Cash Truck. Is that what it's called? He also remade Aladdin. He made the live action version of Aladdin. And then the other film was Snatch.
I think it was Snatch, yeah.
Snatch was also based on another story. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It was Snatch. Yeah. The film received various critiques, a whole lot of mixed review, like a whole lot of mixed feelings about it. I just pulled out basically 5 of them, so I'll read them to you. Rotten Tomatoes, 67% out of 256 reviews are positive, with an average rating of 6.2 out of 10. The site's critics consensus reads, wrestling just enough stakes out of its thin plot, which we said that the plot is quite thin. Rotherman sees Guy Ritchie and Jason Statham reunite for a fun action-packed ride. Audiences polled by Cinema Score gave the film an average grade of A- on an A+ to F scale, while Post-Track reported 77% of audience members gave it a positive score, with a 50% saying that they would definitely recommend it. Then, if you guys know Screen Rant on YouTube, he gave the film a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Okay, stating that, now if you've ever gone to this guy's channel, and I'm sure it's him, he tells the whole story. No, it's not him. I'm thinking about someone else.
You're thinking of
Rocker,
Pitch Meeting.
No, not that. It's
No.
something Rockers. The guy goes through the whole film very quickly, just giving away some Easter eggs. But anyway, so Screen Rant gave the film a 3.5 out of 5 stars, stating that the film balances multiple storylines with intense action sequences, and despite pacing issues, packs a major punch that'll keep audience riveted, which is exactly what I experienced.
Can I throw something in here?
Yeah,
Do you know that the fight scenes weren't choreographed? Guy Ritchie wanted them more organic. So he didn't want these fights, because normally they rehearse,
So is it like
rehearse. It was obviously like semi-planned, but he wanted it to be more organic.
Yeah.
So it wasn't this like perfectly set out, which makes it even cooler.
Which was cool.
Yeah.
Then writer for Variety basically said, a few years ago when Sam Mendes left the Bond franchise, Ritchie's name was floating as a possible replacement. He didn't take the gig, but Rotherman shows that he certainly could have.
You're right.
Classing up his signature techniques while never quit abandoning, the Cockney swagger. Then Richard of the Chicago Sun-Times gave the film 2 out of 4 stars.
Oh, okay.
Writing, tired, uninspired.
Oh, my word.
And mindering Wrath of Man is a step backward for Ritchie and a step sidewards for Jason Statham. And a misstep for anyone who invests their time and money on 118 minutes of such unforgettable nonsense. Well, forgettable nonsense. Then
I would like to disagree.
Nah, disagree.
Yeah.
Totally. Then RogerEbert.com was enthusiastic, rating it 4 stars out of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yes, with him calling it one of Guy Ritchie's best directed movies and one of his most surprising, at least in terms of style and tone.
Yeah.
Gone is jumpy, busy, light-hearted, buzz bloke in a pub telling you
Yep,
a
it's true.
tale vibe of a film, such as Snatch, Rock and Roller, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., King Arthur, Legend of Sword, and like. It, in its place, is Vol. Sure, this word But basically, so sinister that you may wonder if the main character is the devil himself. This is less of a self-consciously clever Quentin Tarantino guy, Ritchie maneuver, and more in poker face, unironic spirit of classic old films that inspire them, like The Killing, The Killers, and The Crisis Cross, and describing the presentation of Statham's character on similar to those in Clint Eastwood Western films, and High Plains Drifter and Pale Rider.
Yeah, I definitely think it's different to Guy Ritchie's normal style. I personally do prefer.
There's a bit more of a humor usually in his films, aren't there?
And I love humor, so I prefer his other films. Like for me, The Gentleman, I loved The Gentleman. That was such a good film. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Some good characters there as well.
Even The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I actually forgot he directed that. That was also a brilliant film, and it was also very stylish, and the costume design was colorful, and so like this one. Personally, I would prefer the other one. However, it was still a good movie. I still enjoyed it, and I'm impressed that Guy Ritchie's able to. His directing is that broad that he can actually go from that humorous all the way to
from Aladdin.
And then Aladdin's completely. No, I think Guy Ritchie's a very good director.
If you had not watched Guy Ritchie's version of Aladdin, you probably in your mind right now imagine it being a bit more like, I don't know, stale, action-packed, kind of weird.
He was more
not for
constricted
kids,
with Aladdin, personally. I think if he got his hands on the script, he would have done it a little bit differently. But maybe I'm wrong. But for me, Aladdin is less Guy Ritchie than Wrath of Man.
Totally.
Wrath of Man was very Guy Ritchie.
Well, he didn't write Aladdin.
I don't think so. I think he just directed it.
These films he wrote, right?
Yeah, most of his films he wrote,
So there you see his style.
Yeah. But I'm definitely, as I say, definitely and hit my mic. I didn't say definitely. I said definitely.
Definitely.
I'm looking forward to Operation Fortune because I really think that he's going to bring in his humorous style into that. And obviously Jason Statham is in that one. Hugh Grant is in it. And there's someone else that I've forgotten. But someone else that also
U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah. No, not Armie Hammer.
No.
Armie Hammer has eaten too many women.
Yeah.
And now, I'm not even joking. And now, as kind of left.
Previous movie shows, more on that one. Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Go look for the. Yeah, but I'm actually looking very forward. But then there's that other film that's coming out this year by Guy Ritchie, which is based on. It looks like an army themed film, and I think that film's going to be a lot like Wrath of Man. Personally, I could be wrong, but I think so. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But this has been Wrath of Man on our Guy Ritchie Marathon.
Yep. The movie show.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.